Hello and welcome back to my magical chamber. I am the Soul Enchantress, and today we're going to discuss why awakening to your soul is like building a house. So, one of the main things that I work with my clients on is helping them to navigate the journey of their soul. So, awakening, really quickly, for those of you at the beginning of your awakening journey, I am literally going to touch on that. And for those who are well on their way, and for my clients who I make these videos, bear with me for a second, but then you may actually discover a few gems anyway. Awakening to your soul is when at a certain point in your life, and this can be when you're very young or in the middle of your lifetime, and sometimes even towards the mature stages of a person's life, they wake up to the fact that they are more than their physical reality or their physical body, and they tend to notice things and have experiences which seem quite uncommon to what they've experienced so far and what you've experienced so far in your life. And some of the triggers and some of the initial signs vary greatly, just as much as there's billions and billions and trillions of souls, there are that many ways that awakenings can happen. But just a few really common examples. You may start to see synchronistic numbers. Some of the numbers can be 1111. 1111 is a huge portal gateway for awakening, and many people see 1111, but you may see a lot of triple or double numbers everywhere you look, the same number repeating itself. So those are some awakening signs. Sometimes you may start to see flashes of light out of the corner of your eye, and when you look, there's nothing there. You may see shadows moving in your periphery vision, and when you look in that direction, it disappears. So there's so many different aspects of it. But one of the other major things that happens is that your whole life may change. So you may find that your relationship you've been in for a long time ends. You may move house, you may change jobs. There will be massive changes in many major areas of your life, or you may start to question whether you really want to be doing the type of work that you're doing. You may begin to, that's a very common form as well. One of the other things I've also noticed is that at some point you will also experience a loss of self. So you may have been very confident, and this is quite scary for those who don't actually suffer from depression or lack of self-worth or self-confidence. And this can happen to those who are extremely confident and know what they want from life, and that's what freaks them out. So you may fall into that category, and you're very ambitious, you know what you want, you think that you're on the path of what you want to do, but things just don't seem to be clicking. And one of the main things is that if you are on the path of your soul, things will start to move and flow easily. If you are running into little bumps and hiccups all the time, that is a trigger for you that you need a little bit of maneuvering. And your soul is maneuvering you into where you're supposed to go. And that's where I come in and I can help you. So as I was saying, the loss of self, and this is something that I want you to be aware of. So if you are quite confident, ambitious, and know where you're going, and you think you know what you want in life, all of a sudden you may start to question those motives, those goals, those ambitions. And then you may also feel things may change in your life to the extent where you feel as if you've lost who you are. You, deep down on the outside, people will still think you are the same confident, ambitious person, but in the inside you feel quite lost. You feel as if the things that had meaning to you before in your life just don't have the same meaning anymore. The people you mixed with just don't seem to ignite the same level of excitement or interest or intrigue. Things that you used to be interested in, you're just, lackluster. They just don't seem to inspire you anymore. Your goals, your dreams that once were, kind of beckoning you, just either you've actually achieved them and it's not what you thought it would be, or you're just not interested. Anyway, those are some of the signs. Okay, so now that we've gone through what awakening to your soul is about, so this is literally your soul's way of waking you up to the fact that you are so much more powerful, infinite, and more amazing than you thought yourself to be, okay? And every single soul's purpose in this lifetime is to wake up to their soul. And if you don't do that in this lifetime, usually you go back into the incarnational cycle and you will come back in order to fulfill your experiences, your yearning, and your mission. So when you do wake up to your soul, maneuvering this journey, I call, is actually like building a house. So you cannot, in order for you to align with every facet of your soul, to be doing the work that you were born to do, to understand and draw in the knowledge and the gifts that you really do have from your entire soul stream, not just this lifetime, for you to achieve everything that you are meant to achieve. It's the same as to build the house that you came to build. In other words, to build the life you came to build. You can't just build, it's like, and I say that awakening to your soul is like building a house. So this is where this analogy comes in. And that's because you can't just build a house because you wake up and you think, hey, I've just woken up to my soul and it's time for me to start building the life I came to build. So let's start building. And you start putting the bricks on top of the sand and start building, and in a few days the whole thing will collapse. Okay, so you can't do that. You need to build your foundation first. And what happens when you build your foundation? You need to dig really deep within the bowels of the earth. Go as deep as you can, because the deeper you go and the more dirt you shovel out and the deeper you set your foundation, the more solid that your foundation is going to be for you to build your house. And if you truly do this right, you are not going to end up with just a house. You are going to end up with the castle of your soul. Okay, so in order for you to build the house or the castle of your soul, you need to dig deep first. So what does that mean? That means that you are going to go on a journey inward. You are going to face your fears and your demons about every facet of your life, and you are going to start digging that dirt and letting it out. You are going to do a lot of cleansing, facing your fears, release work. And this may go on. This is why I wanted to create this video for my clients who are actually traveling on this beautiful journey of their soul with me, but also for anyone out there who is kind of at the start or the middle of this journey and they're feeling like, oh my goodness, is this ever going to end? And what the point I wanted to get across and for you to understand, and the reason for this video, is that there is, your journey of your soul is actually going to last the rest of your lifetime on earth. And that is why you incarnated. When you finish, you will actually start living in your castle, but the castle of your soul. But it doesn't mean that you're just going to build it, finish it, and then you're done. It doesn't work that way. When you're done is when you've finished your mission and your experiences and you leave your physical body. So your initial stages, and this may last, this stage of digging deep and shoveling the dirt out, this could last for years. Sometimes it lasts for decades. So it really depends on how quickly you face what you need to face and you release it. Because even though you may think, oh, I've released it, I'm done with that. if it keeps popping up again in different areas of your life, you're not done with it and you really haven't faced it. And just because you think you've done it, it's just not going to solve it. So if you want to create this amazing foundation, you need to actually start to clear out and go as deep as you can. So anyway, that is where the foundational side comes in. And then when you get to the foundational side, you start to build. That is when you start to align with your soul, and then you can start building. And the building process will last you your lifetime, and that is your journey, and you will have the most amazing and beautiful journey. But also when you start building, you're not just going to build it all in one day. It's like a flight of stairs. You build, you stop, you pause, you evaluate, and you build again. And so it doesn't mean that you're not going to have release work while you're doing the building part of it. From, now you're not in your foundation. Now you're actually building the walls and windows and, getting to the turrets. And so even that stage, you're still going to be doing work, but it's actually going to be easy, and you're not going to have to go in to the depths that you did before when you were trying to excavate for your foundation. So I hope this has been helpful, and if you would like to work with me, I would love to hear from you, and the easiest way to contact me is through my website, soulenchantress.com. Joyous blessings.